And the one thing they have done to Curran is they've made sure that the cover is very square. And that's where he's hit the majority of his balls and out offside. And then this one drops just short of the gully. 45 for 1. Current run rate takes Zimbabwe to 205. You want somewhere around 280, 290, 218. Still doable. They keep wickets in hand and are able to be explosive in the last 15, 20 overs of this match. Now, will that run away? No, it won't. Oh, bit of a fumble. So they will get 3. 2, I beg your pardon. Tennis ball-y bounce, isn't it? He just does well here. Just has a little bit of difficulty picking it up. Bowled in. You can see the relief on the face of Josh Little. This one, if anything, has probably just tailed in, but Craig Irvin should have played this better. Absolute relief for Josh Little, but he's bowled a good one to get rid of Craig Irvin. And there is something behind the line. This is just nipped in off the seam. Craig Irvin looking to go through the offside is cleaned up by Josh Little. Zimbabwean captain, 4 from 10. Zimbabwe 47 for 2. Josh Little strikes. Gets the second wicket for Ireland. And Wesley Madere walks out to the middle. Came in at a time in that first one-day international when he really just needed to get going, so didn't get an opportunity to bat for an extended period of time. 38th match. And the best of 72. What a wonderful opportunity he has today. Bit of a beauty from Josh Little here to get Craig Irvin. It's the top of middle. You can see the relief. Really struggled in that first ODI. Nicely controlled by Wesley Madere. Short one from Little. The groan from him tells you that it wasn't on purpose. Off the mark with the boundary. He's been in good form in recent cricket. Top scorer in the test match, 84. This rich form, run of form continues for Wesley Madere. Wonderful looking cricket shot to get off the mark. Oh, that's nice. Just the timing from Madere. And these first couple of strokes in his innings exude a lot of confidence, Darlington. He really looks like a player who's in control of his game, doesn't he? Don't look to overhit this one, and called immediately. He knows exactly where it was going. Got the wicket, but in a few runs in the over as well. It's 9 overs in that first ODI. He did 75 runs, Josh Richardson. That one sliding down the leg side. It'll be a leg by. And at the end of the 12th, 54 for 2 Zimbabwe. The two top contributors for Zimbabwe in the first match, both back in the hut. Bennett for 30, and Captain Irvin for 4. Turned out to be a glorious day. Darlington. Woke up this morning and looked outside. It was pretty gloomy, and I live just across the road from here. Yeah, it has cleared up, hasn't it? And just that extra sunshine's going to really dry out this Harare Sports Club wicket. It's a chance of rain, slight chance of rain at 40%. Very humid today. Yeah, I think if it does come, that'll be a lot later in the day if the sun is fierce, but at the moment, no concerns whatsoever about rain later on. While left alone. Good shake from you. Really pleasant cricket playing conditions and cricket watching playing conditions here at Harare Sports Club. Yeah, family day out at Harare Sports Club. School kids have come out as well. It's Prince Edward School just down the road. Good running, quick single. Oh, now that won't be very nice. Where's that hit him? The back of the knee. That wouldn't have been on purpose, of course. A few jeers from the crowd. Hopefully nothing too serious for my Madevere. points. So she's really showing signs of being really fine touch. Easily in here.
Yeah, I mean, Darlington, he's been through a difficult period over the last year or so, Western Madewere. How difficult would it have been for him to come back into the test side? Did extremely well, got that 90 in the second innings, and then make his way back into the one-day team as well.
You know, real test of his internal strength. And have a look at Brian Bennett. Silky drives and power through the onside, and more silk through the offside. Really wonderful to watch. Elegant when he plays on the front foot. That's the one first wicket to fall. Great work from Little a little while later to get rid of the Zimbabwean captain.
That was Madewere's first ball. Nice, confident, controlled pull shot. He's getting the pads back on, so the magic spray has done its job. Matama Chikicho would have dealt with many of those over his years as a physiotherapist for the Zimbabwean side. Zimbabwe's 127th test player. Though we get to see him play. Lovely to see the crowds coming in. And if you've got a free Sunday afternoon, please make sure you come down to Harare Sports Club as well. Right, back to the action. And there's a man back, so it'll just be one.
Yeah, well set field. Current, very strong in that area, very strong when the ball's short.
Yeah, just looking to get the ball through that leg side area. Current rate 4.44. We'll get Zimbabwe a total of 222. They will know that will be nowhere near enough. The way this pitch has played thus far, 5 and over, 243. 6 and over, 280. That's more like what they'll be looking to get. You mentioned that, Darlington, yourself. 290 you felt was par. Bit of extra bounce for Hugh. 13 gone, 57 for 2.
Partnership just 10 from 11, just starting out. He's had a tough go this morning. Difficult batting conditions. Really hasn't settled. Still Josh Little.
Yeah, he really hasn't been himself. The wicket would have helped us bring up his confidence.
Tino, do you think there's a case just taking a little risk against Little? Hasn't really looked as threatening as we remember him. Last performance here in Zimbabwe, last 18 months ago, picked up 6 for here. Doesn't look like the same bowler. Is there not a case maybe take a risk, get after him, try hit him out the attack?
Will this run away? Yes, it will. It's a very good effort by Humphreys down at fine leg. Saved one earlier, not this time.
First boundary. Just into the leg side from Josh Little. He just helps it around the corner. And Humphreys isn't able to cut this one off.
And that was Curran's 30th delivery to get his first boundary after the power play. It shows you what a struggle it's been for him. Now it's important for him to carry on from here and bat long, because it'll get easier. What you don't want to do is use up a lot of deliveries and then get out. Just going back to your question about Josh Little, I wouldn't say so, Darlington, because he still doesn't look like he's back to his best. And he's still providing deliveries for the Zimbabweans to score off anyway, so I don't think you necessarily need to try and get after him, especially after you've lost a couple of wickets, and the 2 wickets being those that were the chief contributors in the first match. Still going in above 5 to the over. I remember these days, desperate to get internationals' autographs on your bat, on your shirt, on your cap. Once that shirt's been signed, you don't want anybody washing it in case that marker disappears. You've got to go to school and you've got to show everybody that you've got this signature and that one and that one. In the air, short of that catching mid-wicket that they've put in for the left-hander. 14 gone, 66 for 2.
अब शुरू होने जा रहा है खेलों की दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा मुकदमा।
Madhaveri and Curran just beginning.
That's a good delivery.
Muslim just being squared up for a moment there.
Yeah, vastly different Ireland today with the ball in hand. Have been very good, very consistent. Zimbabwe have had to work hard for their runs. This run rate's at 4.6. And so just holding Zimbabwe back. You can also see it, the scoring pattern of Ben Curran, 17 of 33. Wesley Madera is coming in to run a ball. What to do for the field out at fine leg, Josh Little, it'll be 2.
Straying leg side this occasion. You worked away by Wesley Madera into vacant region. Rightly so about Ireland. They've been much more disciplined, especially just attacking the stumps and outside off stump and getting movement off the surface on this particular wicket.
Here's another example of how good the length has been, a little bit of lateral movement off the surface. Now Ireland will be thinking that 299, just maybe 30 or 40 too many, because they also had some dropped chances, they missed stumping. Take nothing away from the 169. But they would have needed to bounce back better with the ball in hand. They've only picked up the 2 wickets, but they've kept scoring in check. They've also got out the skipper and Brian Bennett, who got all the runs. So over to Zimbabwe. And their players that come in and have to make an impression. Good shot.
Well played by Wesley Madera. It's a great scoring area for him. He loves to play straight. On this occasion, he plays it as straight as ever.
Just had to check his shot on that occasion. Just holds up in the surface. And I feel that short cover was maybe in business. After 15 overs, it is 73 for 2 and it's time for a drink. Player of the match from the first ODI, and the skipper are the wickets to fall. Adair and Little, the bowlers to pick up those 2 wickets. And here are the Zimbabwe wickets.
Brilliant delivery from Adair to dismiss Brian Bennett. Very good movement in that occasion. We've done that in the first over. And this one, a beauty from Josh Little.
Much better performance than the first ODI. You miss eye hits.
It's been a much better performance by the Irish bowlers. Yes, they picked up 2 wickets. Maybe they wanted another one, a third one, but the 3 bowlers that have been used have been quite effective. The economies are a lot better on this occasion, but now at the drinks break, do they start turning to their slower bowlers? As Brian with his off spin, Humphreys with his left arm spin. We've got some instruments coming into the ground. It is a Sunday morning, and there is some cover on the grass embankment. If you want to get a spot there, we expect this ground to fill up nicely with all sorts of dress code. Yeah, a lot of Zimbabwean regalia and shirts for the home side. There's also been a good Irish contingent that has made it through to the test matches and now into the ODIs as well. Corporate boxes also are being well populated. Why not? It's a Sunday. It's international cricket. We're in Harare. So here comes the change that probably anticipated by many. Straight at the drinks break to bring on Matthew Humphreys.
The change in pace could bring another fortune for Ireland. Matthew Humphreys, do these stats, 5 matches to his name, 1 for 76. His best figures.
Picked up 7 in the test match. So different phase of the game to contend with here for Zimbabwe, to see how they can get into the game with the slow left-arm spinner. He bowled really nicely in that first ODI. He went wicketless, but really did rein back the scoring. So bring up mid-off into the circle. Ben Curran, 33 deliveries for his 17. Striking at 51.
Gets off strike. Going to be a relief for Ben Curran. He struggled in this particular ODI.
Yeah, just a correction there. Humphreys picked up 6 in the test match. I gave him an extra one because that's how well he bowled. Early into his ODI career as well. This partnership is a good one. 28 off 26.
It's particularly to Wesley Madere, who's looked to play positively from the minute that he came onto the field. Now this will be a test for Zimbabwe's middle batting order. Not only Wesley Madere, but we'll also look at Raza Marumani and as well as Campbell, how they will go about this. They didn't add any much to the score when they batted the first ODI. But here, they definitely will have to do something.
Nicely played this. Really nicely played and placed through the offside. And this will be a part of their game that they'll also need to be very cognizant of. Zimbabwe in terms of this power play, you only allow 4 fielders outside of the 30-yard circle. So your placement and the way you create scoring opportunities is one that can get the game moving in the right direction, because there's always one area where you can sort of get a boundary release shot. And tries to go with the reverse left, misses it. 16 gone, 77 for 2. Those clouds are staying away. He's been circulating the Harare Sports Club. There's the other change from the opposite end. He's a very good cricketer, is Andy McBride. Wholehearted, always puts his hand up for the Irish. 5 for 29 is his best, very experienced. 92 matches now. Was very unlucky in the first ODI. Opportunities were created, but they were not taken. I mean, frustrating for him.
The senior pro McBride is always in amongst the players that Ireland can turn to whenever they're looking for something, either just to slow down the scoring rate or pick up a wicket.
Yeah! Bottom edge was unlucky in the first ODI. It's a bit of a nothing shot here by Ben Curran. Goes across it, gets a bottom edge onto the stumps. McBride strikes straight away.
Legitimate delivery behind that line. Ben Curran caught in two minds here. Half and half shot, chomps it on. In Zimbabwe, and they lose. The struggling to score, has to go. Depart for 18 from 36. Zimbabwe 77, I beg your pardon, for the loss of 3.
Sekunda Raza. Next man in at 5. Came in the first ODI and just couldn't get out the blocks. He's playing in his 150th ODI. Over 4,000 ODI runs. Look at that strike rate. Best of 141 he's had. Possibly the best 4 or 5 years in that career. Runs, match-winning performances, and he's out there because of this.
Pretty much a nothing shot, and I'm pretty sure he wanted to go on the back foot and just trying to take that from outside off stump and played leg side, and McBride celebrates the gift.
Was there bat on that? Did he get back on that? Or did it come off the arm? And onto the sweep straight away. Yeah, they'll be zoning in on Raza because they know the longer he stays there, the greater the opportunity for him to take the game away from them or set a reasonable total up. So what you'll see from Raza, extreme positivity.
Very well known for that. And this is the perfect opportunity to come and give that Raza effect that he carries. And also with a player that is full of potential, that's Wesley Madere. An opportunity for them to convert that potential into something. Wicket maiden for McBride. Zimbabwe 77 for 3 after 17.
They've lost 3 now, and they're top 3. Vastly different reading from the first ODI, so more opportunity, perhaps a bit more pressure on the rest of the batting unit, more players to put their hand up.
an equal amount of opportunities for both sides. For the betting side to perform, and this time for Ireland to come back into this series. Isn't a very better bit positivity, as been mentioned. He looks just to be continuing from where you left off in the test side.
And the issue perhaps, and it happens within putting up a good total, is that when you have such a good partnership at the top and a big one, and a great foundation, it creates this fluidity and this thinking around different roles. So Raza had to come in later in the innings and had to get going. Didn't quite get going. Bennett didn't sort of fill that gap. But in a situation like this, you then revert to your normal batting lineup and normal roles within the side and in the context of trying to get runs. I'll just be interested to see how Zimbabwe go. And I've been talking about perhaps Marumani. Batting a little bit too low for me. He's a natural one-day opener.
Very nice, Hobbs.
Another really good over to follow the wicket maiden. Just one run off this over. 78 for 3.
Man out here, lads. And McCreary. Jay McCreary right there. Jay McCreary.
Batting to
right
come.
there.
Campbell only into his second ODI. Marumani, look at that at number 7, and then you're into Wellington Masakaza. He can bat. Ngara has already got a 40 and a good 40 in ODI cricket. Zarabani, we know he can play the big shots. And then into Trevor Gwandu.
Works it away. Just a single. Big jump for Marumani to be opening, and then now in this particular game you're coming in number 7. Now he goes about his business. When he comes to bat will be interesting. But also it's an opportunity to pick up a different role and still remain in the side. It's well played by Raza. He'll pick up a boundary and played it late, but it was placed very well.
The bowler's just interested here for a moment because I think the ball just stays down. Just a fraction. Just there, he thinks, oh, you know what, he misses that. Doesn't get all the bat he requires on this, does Raza. And he's played a lot squarer than he wanted, and he's just thinking to himself, oh, that lack of bounce or that variation in bounce, I'm in business here. But anyway, he's picked up a boundary. He's up and running is Raza. And this different role that Raza plays now, he takes his time because he knows he's got a lot of overs to bat and he can always catch up at the back end. So he's very watchful. Very happy to work himself into an innings.
A big role that he to formats comes in and he gets going from the start, but in this one plenty of time. We're just only into the 90th over. Big one here. The partner's doing well as well. That's Wesley. Lee.
Change in the field where Sterling was at slip now goes to the position back of the square inside the circle on the onside. Ireland create the balance in the conversation, and that, you know what, they pick up another one here. Zimbabwe have 4 down. It's still a lot of overs to bat. But they're just managing this period and also outside the first power play nicely. It'll be over. 85 for 3. Now we start looking at some projections. We're not too far away from halfway through this innings on a 6 overs, but at this rate they get 224, and I think that is well below par for this surface. Bit uppish on that
Very good,
occasion.
boys.
But also just indications of how the batters have batted on the surface, just having to, yeah, he's just gestured it. It just sticks in the surface and just pops on him a little bit, so has to check the shot. So as much as Ireland have bowled well and picked up the 3 wickets, and maybe Zimbabwe haven't got a batter that's as well set as they had the other day, the conditions in themselves may be slightly challenging.
Hey!
It's a good challenge for your game awareness. You saw there from Wesley just indicating what the ball was doing. You have to pay attention to those particular things. But also you need to play positively.
What is positively?
The right amount of pushback to the bowling side. Look for scoring areas. Yes, they've been bowling well, Ireland. They have dropped the scoring rate better than the last game. But also you need to really look at scoring opportunities or create some of those.
Field is long on square leg. There he is there, just in front of square. Those are the only fielders on the boundary on the onside. And then the other two are through the offside at a sweeper and a middle there. I'm thinking to myself, and keep an eye on Harry Tector, and there's a hot zone there because he knows that Raza may play through the offside if he wants to play a big shot. But that's nicely worked. Intent is for a second. It isn't quite there. It'll be over. 89 for 3. Delicately poised. Bill just only 20 overs and then still another 30 to go. It's just meandering, isn't it? Sort of in a holding pattern. The innings
Bounce, Tim.
just
Straight bounce.
hasn't quite had that pop.
Yeah, you just get a feeling that it's just like two boxers just staring at each other. Who's going to throw the first big punch? Maybe Raza or the Ireland.
Really nice control here, boys. Keep going.
I guess Zimbabwe can't go too early. The next batter in is Jonathan Campbell, only into his second ODI, and then Marumani batting out of position. When you lose one here, you expose a very inexperienced player coming in.
Little catch for you there,
With
Harold.
lots
Catch
of
for
overs
you.
to come, and it's an opportunity, yes, but Ireland will be also thinking that's an opportunity to continue to dot up and create the pressure. That's nicely played, but to find a fielder. Well, there's always a bit of niggle between these two sides. It goes through Sterling on that occasion, a little bit of turn off the surface. Has to play the lap. Think of a second, decide against it. Ireland continue their good work. One off the over again, another, in fact, two off the over, very tight, 91 for 3.
Ireland spinners continue to dominate that middle period. That's put away. It's the first really short deliveries that Matthew Humphries has bowled. And Wesley Madewere in good form gives it the appropriate treatment.
Yeah, he's been getting himself in good position, hasn't he? Just rocks back, gets an opportunity. And there's always an opportunity for a boundary, especially in this middle phase of the game. And nicely put away by Wesley.
Just getting a start this morning, 8 from 17. Recent history's not been very productive for him in red for Zimbabwe. Innings since his last 50-plus score.
There's a good opportunity for him now, isn't it? The fact that he's got so much time, he can get himself in. He's an experienced player, quality player for Zimbabwe when he's on song. So what Zimbabwe need is for these two to try and stretch the game. I know these two spinners have been very good, but they need partnerships at the moment. And Raza's experience, he needs to make sure that he's there by the 40th over. Because we know how destructive he can be towards the latter part of the innings. So just one decent partnership. It's all that Zimbabwe needs. And with all of his experience, he would know what a good total would be on a surface like this.
6 from that Humphries over. 22 gone, and it's 97 for 3. Just one tower approaches 10 runs and over. It's in the power play. Those figures, McBride, 1 for 10. 3 overs in a ball. Calls 2, and he's weighted this beautifully as Wesley Madewere. And that brings up the 100 for Zimbabwe. fastest 50 was this one. Wesley Madewere has really batted beautifully so far.
Just options though, and the options that he has, and looks like a busy cricketer.
Really
Out
nice,
in the
Tipper,
middle,
really nice,
his
boys.
feet movement as well. So always looking to try and score. And if something is in his arc, like he plays a nice delicate shot, waits for this one. They should come back for a couple.
Yes, Hoss!